It's a bit messy, right?
So you mean this brings it on a wider scale?
That takes it beyond the Nigerian thing, the contemporary Nigerian thing. And we're not able to do it the Nigerian way, because now ICC is involved. Is it that they are picked? The good thing is that it can be picked up from Nigeria, Chad, the US, anywhere in the world. Once the warrant of arrest is issued, is a global warrant that could be executed anywhere in the world.
But sorry to take you back to the Abashe issue again. In that particular instance, a warrant was issued and the AU came up and said, we've taken a decision, we cannot hand him over. What if that happens again in this particular instance? I'm just looking at a case of picking and choosing what we decide to comply with, if you know what I mean. Because it can only take effect if everybody agrees to come on board.
Yes, looking at the statute of the ICC, no region subscribed as a body. There's no region, SADC, ECOWAS, AU, EU, subscribing to the charter, to the Rome Statute as a body. What we have is we have individual countries subscribing as a sovereign nation to the Rome Statute. To that extent, African Union per se might not have an obligation to yield him to ICC, but will have individual obligation on the part of the respective sovereign state.
So just finally now, what should the Nigerian response be to this? What should the government respond, since we haven't responded yet? Yeah,
Nigerian response should be fine. It should be a welcome development, because we are trying to solve a major problem and we don't seem to be able to solve it yet. And yet Nigeria is, on the one hand, has been clamoring for global assistance, international assistance, superpower assistance in this regard. Now, ICC has stepped forward to say, arrest these guys, or we want to approach you to arrest this guy. We need your support, we need your collaboration. And I think it's either they are prosecuted in Nigeria or they are prosecuted elsewhere. The ultimate objective is to have a crime-free or Boko Haram-free country.
Thank you very much for sharing your insight with us
on
the News at 10. I've been speaking with the head Department of Jurisprudence and International Law at the University of Lagos. We've been taking a look at the ICC's move or step to counter terrorism here in Nigeria and, of course, on the broader African continent. Now, in part two, after the break, the All Progressive Congress inaugurates its interim leadership set for 2015 battle for the presidential villa. That's in a moment. Do join us again. Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the News at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos. Reminder of our top stories. The International Criminal Court appears set to prosecute the Boko Haram insurgents. All Progressive Congress inaugurates interim management committee, says battle for 2015 has begun. Imo police kill a robbery suspect widely known around the southeast of Nigeria as Obanje. And United States government evacuates diplomatic staff from Yemen over security threat. Now, there are many ways for you to keep up with all our top stories. There's the website channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. If you're on the go, please visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on an iPad, iPhone or BlackBerry. And you can also download the Channels TV app for Android and Nokia 920 devices from their respective stores. Well, we're going to stay with our lead story. That's the International Criminal Court's plan to prosecute Boko Haram insurgents. Now, while the federal government is yet to take a decision on the ICC request, it's asked the court to grant its request to extradite a Nigerian to the United States over charges of aiding the terrorist group Al-Qaeda. 32-year-old Lawal Olaniyi Babafemi is accused of traveling to Yemen with members of Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula in 2010 and 2011 and receiving $8,600 to be used to recruit radicals back home. An application by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice filed at the Federal High Court Abuja states that Mr. Babafemi is, quote, being indicted for conspiracy to provide support to a foreign terrorist organization and unlawful use of firearms. Mr. Babafemi, nicknamed Ayatollah Mustafa, was arrested and detained by the Secret Service on his return to Nigeria last year. Well, staying with security matters, the Joint Military Task Force in Yobe State has imposed a 24-hour curfew in the troubled commercial town of Potiskum, just days to the Eid al-Fitr celebration. The JTF spokesman, Captain Eli Lazarus, said that the curfew starts from August the 15th and appealed to residents to remain calm and cooperate with